Hello there, you 23,000 fellow jabronis. Today I present to you 7 insanely awesome weapon combos in Elden Ring. These are combinations of weapons or items that make up an overpowered power stance or just a really fun playstyle. We got it all here today, so let's jump right into it. Now this combo is quite surprising, one of the most powerful and most fun holy weapon combos. The Envoy Longhorn in the left hand with Cypher Pada chilling in the main hand. Now the Envoy Longhorn can literally blow away enemies at medium range. Get it? Blow away because it's bubbles. Especially larger big boys. With the right build, it's actually very strong, but it's got one main problem. The Booble attack weapon art is not effective in close combat against the Weenie Hut Juniors that run up on you. So that's where the Cypher Pada comes in. This thrusting attack is perfect for knocking around smaller scrubber dubbers like these guys. Got quick punches to finish them off. Now these two weapons pair up so great because, firstly, they both deal holy damage and scale faith. Perfect holy faith synergy here. Secondly, they are both notably effective at breaking stance. The Booble Shower can easily deal over 70 poise damage. Then the Unblockable Blade will deal 36 poise damage. So together, they can break stance quite easily on all types of different enemies. I mean, it seems goofy as fuck, but it's actually viable. Fun, unique, powerful, this combo makes me very happy. Moving forward, this combo is for PvP and has become more and more popular lately. So, wielding the lance in your left hand gives you a ton of hyper armor, some real big PP energy to plow through attacks. It's slow but strong. So we got a big boy poker on the left with a smaller, faster weapon on the right. Using a thrusting sword in the main hand is a good choice, as this makes great use of the spear counter talisman, Cold Lance and Cold Ragier's Rapier. I have them both cold infused and a ranged attack weapon art such as Glintblade Phalanx on the main hand to make sure that we at least have some type of attack from a distance. Ragier's Rapier is great here. Even while dual wielding like this, you still perform its unique heavy attack that it offers. Though when two-handing, it sounds way more vicious. Man, listen. Now, have y'all ever noticed that the lance becomes a literal lightsaber when using Loretta Slash? Hell yeah, boy. Perfect attack to switch things up in the middle of a duel or for crowd control. Look at me spanking all these 3 scrubbers. So yeah, lance on the left with a smaller thrusting sword in the main hand. Great combo for PvP. Here we have a unique combination, but it actually synergizes together very well. Let me show you why. So the Carrion Knight Sword has this weapon art, the Magic Sword Bonk, which is very powerful, but has one glaring flaw to it. It takes way too long charging up, leaving your cheeks wide open to getting clapped from any angle. But here I have another option. Now this is where the Saint Trina Sword comes into play, with its ability to put enemies to sleep. Saint Trina's in your main hand, throwing out the Sandman Sleepy Smoke, that once you get that bitch snoozing, you disrespectfully wake his ass up, using the Carrion Grandeur weapon art. Boom, 1000 IQ technique right there, baby. Now they are both straight swords, so you can power stance them, plus they both scale with intelligence and deal magic damage. So it all comes together, becoming a somewhat viable setup. Not the most overpowered meta build in the game, but it works and it's fun. Here we have one of my favorites, the Scrumptious Blasphemous Blade. Paired up with another Pyro Greatsword. Pretty much any fire or flame art affinity greatsword power stanced with the Blasphemous Blade is beast mode. The Blasphemous Blade scales with strength and faith and deals fire damage. So you wield another greatsword with the flame art affinity, such as Banished Knights or Knight's Greatsword, and you got very powerful synergy. You can two-hand the Blasphemous Blade, use its almighty cheese attack weapon art, or switch to the Greatsword power stance, use something like the Flaming Strike weapon art in your main hand. Now this gives a solid moveset and strong jump attacks. Plus, as long as you have the Blasphemous Blade on you, it'll still grant you its health on kill healing effects. This setup has big bonk jump attacks, cheesy weapon art, a great moveset, badass fashion. Yep, we got it all, my boy. No matter where you are in the game against any enemy, the trusty dual Pyro Greatswords will never let you down. Unlike my father, who went into town for some milk but never came back. That was 17 years ago. Throughout Elden Ring, there are a handful of power stances that really stand out. Dual curve swords, dual twin blades, dual daggers. Now amongst these are dual reapers. Double grave scythe, baby. Looking badass with a marvelous jump attack. One of the most satisfying jump shots in the game. And the attack at a roll is nice too. But dual wielding 2 Grave Scythe is especially powerful in my opinion because of status effects. These Reapers have great scaling with the blood, poison, or cold affinities, so they are monsters at inflicting status buildups. You can mix and match to create deadly combinations. Bleed and poison, bleed and frost, or double down on the bleed for crazy blood loss. One build I made had Chilling Mist on the left hand for frost, and then on the main hand had a bloody scythe using Royal Knight's Resolve. Long range, high attack power, yes sir, this is the type of setup that can push you through the entire game. Spank bosses, easy mode. Slice up the Godskin Noble like a giant California roll. Up next, double bloody twin blades. Anybody who's been playing Elden Ring since the release is probably rolling your eyes at me right now, because this combo used to be the meta, like the actual meta. I mean, this is why they nerfed status buildup when power stancing. But even today, it is still super powerful. Dual twin blades using blood loss, straight disrespect. You will embarrass most boss fights. We have the Godskin Peeler in the left hand, bloody or occult affinity with seppuku. So you switch over, perform this diabolical bloody ritual upon yourself, then switch back to the power stance with Eleanor's pole blade in the main hand. So if we want to, we can use its weapon art, get fancy on them bitches, start dancing around, and spice things up a bit with its awesome blood flame effect. Now this moveset is also crazy because the jump attack alone counts as 4 strikes, 2 going up and 2 going back down. So this moveset constantly activates consecutive attack buffs like Winged Insignia. So between the bloody Godskin Peeler with seppuku combined with this blood flame twin blade, you are proccing ridiculous blood loss. Your enemies will be bleeding more than a nun losing her virginity to the Hulk. Yeah, so before we move on to the final combination, we have a quick honorable mention that you definitely need to see if you don't know about this already. Step 1. Use Iron Jar Aromatic to give yourself big pickle energy and tank through any attack. Step 2. Use Cerulean Hidden Tear. Step 3. Blast away with Unendurable Frenzy. As you can see, this is pretty badass. This incantation will continuously fire until your madness bar fills up or you run out of FP. Now, there are many ways to improve and optimize this technique to perform it longer. Firstly, we can use items that boost your focus to mitigate the frenzy buildup within yourself, such as Clarifying Horned Charm and Clarifying Cured Meat, because you will proc frenzy onto yourself, and you do not want that. You don't want it. Secondly, you want to load up on heavy defensive armor and very high health, so you can survive all the damage that you will be tanking through. Now the last ingredient is the Cerulean Hidden Tear. And boom, got your very own Psycho Laser Robot. In first place, the ultimate blood flame weapon, Magwyn's Great Spear, with the ultimate frenzy flame weapon, Vik's Great Spear. Now it's very exciting, dual wielding these 2 spears, combining their unique flames together.
Oh, beautiful.
The Great Spear Power Stance moveset is very good, with long-range thrusting attacks. I got the Vik's War Spear in the main hand, as its weapon art is more mobile and I use it more often. With Magwyn's Spear in the left hand, swap over and use the Lord Jesus Christ attack, an AoE rain down of blood flame, one of the deadliest weapon arts in the game. This won't be the most optimized setup, as these weapons have totally different scaling from each other. Vike's got dexterity and faith, while Magwin is strength and arcane, but at least they do both deal fire damage. If you're a high enough level and can adequately wield this marvelous combo, I highly recommend it. So listen, I have recently opened up a new Discord for RPG and Souls-like fans, so I would love if you joined. Come be part of this growing community. The link to the Discord is down below. And please subscribe to the channel if you want more gaming content like this. Alrighty then, my fellow jabroni, thank you for watching.
Somewhere